Serious Survivor here. And first I want to say thank you to my Patreon supporters and make a short announcement about that. Gonna have some really good deals coming out for the patrons on Patreon. Got some things in the works. In the next 2 to 3 days, you're gonna have some great discount coupons. So go over and check out the Patreon page if you haven't checked it out already. YouTube's really been hitting my videos pretty hard, so I may have to look at other means of producing videos, and that may be one of them. And this is part 2, or the final part to our Walmart Ozark Trail 14-man tent video. It's been a little over a month since I've set it up out here, and we've had several thunderstorms, a lot of bad weather come through. I'm just going to check the overall condition of it and see how well it's held up to all of the elements. Looking at the exterior, there doesn't seem to be any visible damage anywhere. And you can see that it's been set up for a little while by the growth that we have around it. And of course that needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but just been looking at how well it holds up on its own. I did expect a lot more fading and weather damage on the top, but it seems it's all pretty intact at this point. Going all the way around. Do need to clean up the area a little bit and get some of that growth from around it. But overall, I have to say it's held up pretty well. It's held up better than I expected. Do need to tighten down some areas around the bottom. You can see it riding up a little bit there. No holes, no real damage I see anywhere. And it's been a few weeks. Looking at it here. Now let's go inside of it. It did pour down rain last night, so if it's gonna leak, then I'm gonna find some leaks in it tonight. Doesn't appear to be leaking anywhere. Into the main cabin here. And the main cabin's tall enough, I'm 6'1", so it's easily tall enough for me to stand up in and move around in. No visible signs of leaks. No apparent damage anywhere. The doorway that way. And through here we have a second doorway. We can see in here. Ceilings, everything. It seems to have held up pretty well. I'm actually a little impressed with it considering the price that I had gotten it for. I did get it on clearance, but it cost me less than $100, so for a tent of this size, I don't think it's a bad deal. Now, this obviously is not the type of tent you're going to take into the Arctic or anything like that. It's not going to stand up to those kind of elements, of course. Well, not too bad. It held up pretty well. It's been up here for several weeks now. I have to look back at the date of my last video when I did the first part to this and see exactly how long it's been set up. But no structural damage. It's still standing, and it's been through several different storms. So overall, I have to give this tent a fairly decent rating. Now, this, of course, is not an Arctic-based base camp tent, or it's not a military-grade tent. But if you can pick this up on clearance like I did, it's not a bad investment. Not sure if I would pay the full retail, but then again, in my neck of the woods here, this tent will do just fine for some purposes. But that's it for now. Thanks a lot for watching. Serious Survivor, out.